I'm Jordan Belfort, and this is Sales School. All right, so if you're a business owner, do not let QuickBooks and spreadsheets slow you down anymore. Now is the time to upgrade to NetSuite by Oracle, the world's #1 cloud-based business system. NetSuite gives you the visibility and control over your financials, inventory, and more. Schedule your free product tour right now at netsuite.com/school. What's the truth of the matter? If I get 500 leads, I want to know how many of them are really real. How many of those people are contactable? And let's just say, watch, my goal is this. I want to know that at the end of the day, I need to know this number. What is the number? Is it 70% are contactable? So of 500, the real number is 350? Are 80% contactable? I'm talking about after they get called in a number of different times of the day. So you call them once in the morning, afternoon, evening, call them on the weekend, at night, you text them, you email them, you call them from a different phone number, you call them from a block phone number, you try everything I teach you in straight line certification about getting past the gatekeeper, about getting people that aren't answering, all the tricks that I know and that I handed you on a silver platter in certification, right? Those have to be applied in a rational context. It doesn't matter if you know all those tricks if they're not being applied correctly. You can't apply those in a system that makes a call every 30 minutes and waits. And after that one guy didn't show up, what do? I'm waiting for my next scheduled call. Good luck trying to get to the bottom of things like that. Let me cut to the chase and tell you what to do. What you want to do here is you want to convert this to a 2-call system and take as many of your salespeople, even the great ones, as possible. Because remember, we're in a testing phase here. This is not about using people at their highest value. It's not about how much you even make. It's about finding out the truth. So what I want to do is I want to take these 500 leads and rather than having them schedule a time, no. I say, you want to book a call? Great. Book a call. Click this link here. Fill out this form. We'll be in touch with you. No schedule. All of a sudden now, guess what happens? The calendar disappears. I have one giant pool of 500 leads, and I take 8 salespeople, and I deploy them like commandos on those 500. And then every single day, so let's say so now I have 8 people working on everything in real time. And then the next day more come in. So whatever they got, maybe on the first day, listen, let's say the truth is, watch, let's say the truth of the matter is that you're going to get in touch with 70%. Does that mean you get in touch with 70% the first day? No. You might get in touch with 20% the first day. And another 30% over that following week using the strategies I've taught you. And if you haven't been through certification, you're nuts, all right? You need to do this, all right? Because there's every trick in the book in there to make sure that you get through to the person, all right? From there, you might get in touch with the last 10 to 15%, whatever that number might be, through a combination of emails, texts, follow-up, other belief builders. You retarget them. So ultimately, when you squeeze this towel dry over a period of 14 or whatever, 20, whatever the cadence is that you decide on, right? You're going to get through to 70% of the people. I have to know what that number is. I can't even begin to figure out whether something's going to be profitable or scalable unless I know how many leads are real, not how many leads I've gotten. It doesn't matter. These are raw, unqualified people. They must be qualified. So what I do now is I deploy my sales force. I create a 2-call system. So the first call is simply a sussing them out call. Hey, I know you called up. Thanks for calling in. I want to ask you a couple of questions so I can schedule you for your strategy session. Make sure you speak to the right person. Don't want to waste your time. Number 1, how long you been? And then you ask them questions. It's 3-4 minutes. Boom, boom, boom. Down and dirty. In other words, you're not prolonging calls. What you're looking to do is find out who's qualified and who's not. If they're not qualified, you direct them to a website. In our case, we'll give them some free content that will help them, but I'm not going to waste my time having a strategy session with someone that simply cannot benefit from the end result of that. I'll give them free content instead, let them make some money, come back, maybe downsell them into a lower price product at that point through a funnel. Not going to waste human resources. But I got to suss that out quickly. The way I do that is take a bunch of salespeople and attack this without a schedule. Good old-fashioned cold calling, dial on the phone 300 times a day. Watch how quickly you blow through those leads. In a matter of 3 or 4 days, guess what? You're starting to get a really clear picture of level 1 and 2. Level 1 is what you get that first day, and then level 2 is going to be over that first week. By the end of that first week, you got to get a good sense. Okay, I got 55, 60% of the people. I've gotten through them. The other 10 or 50%, I'll eke out through all these other ways. But I'm starting to get a really good idea of what's what. How many qualified. And now, okay, at the end of those calls, now I schedule a call with a closer. And in between the two, I've already emailed the guy a belief builder, another free training, something to make sure that I say a belief builder, meaning something that increases their level of certainty for the 310s. In between the time I had that first touch point where I scheduled to now I'm going to make a closer call. And also now, because I know I have only serious people, I said to the guys, no wooden leads. That means don't write up, because I had my kid, and sure enough, I went back there, and now how's it going? Oh, I got 4 leads. Okay, tell me about them. Oh, well, 2 are really good. 2 kind of, whoa. That's not leads. So you have 2 leads. You have 2 people that you're not sure about. Well, I couldn't really find out if they had money. I said, oh, you couldn't find out. He goes, I don't know what to say. How about just freaking ask them? I mean, so tell me, how are things going right now? Have you ever bought any other training products before? How you doing with commissions right now? Are you struggling right now? Are you behind on your bills? How's your relationship with money right now? Ask them flat out. That's what this call is for. There's no reason to end the call. Here's another scenario. I walked into this one now because now I'm actually managing the sales force myself. Okay? I walk in and the kid's just ending the call, and he said, the guy said, oh, it was an opening call, and the guy was obviously a bad time because he called the guy without a schedule, and the guy was busy. Oh, okay, what's a better time to call you back? And they're talking, and the guy says, I guess, call back Tuesday. Okay, great, then I'll schedule that call. No, you don't do that. If someone says, oh, I'm busy, I can't, oh, absolutely, listen, let me just schedule a call with one of our senior consultants here to do your strategy session. Which day's best for you? He'll say, oh, Tuesday, 3, you say, we have Tuesday at 3 o'clock, you give it either or Wednesday at 4, which is better for you? He goes, oh, Tuesday, 3 o'clock. Great, just a couple of quick questions so don't waste your time. So just waste your time. And you ask them the questions anyway. So what happened was he took someone that said, I'm busy right now, and it turned into his cue to call back to try to find out if they're qualified, versus qualifying them. I understand you're busy, so let me see what's the best time to set up a strategy session with one of our senior consultants. We have Tuesday and Thursday off, which is better for you. Guy says, Tuesday, great. We have morning 11 to 2, 11 to 12, whatever, blah, blah, whatever it may be. Guys, 11:30, great, perfect. I got that. Real quick, just a couple of questions so we don't waste your time. Number 1, are you in sales? You ask the guy 3 questions. What's the worst that can happen? If you're quick on the ball, he's going to answer them. You're already in. They'll always will answer a few quick questions because you're saying to them with a justifier, it says, so I don't waste your time. So this person doesn't waste, so we can best serve you. So we can laser guide this consulting session to meet your needs. We're doing it for your benefit. So what would have been a qualified lead, or maybe not, a toss one, ended up going into his callback file. Those are just little things that, make a salesperson or cold caller more effective. Things that are very obvious to me that were not, they were like, oh, wow, it's okay, whatever. It's just obvious, right? But the point is now what I've done here is I've taken a slow slog of scheduling calls over a month, which was sure to turn into a nightmare because you're never going to really it'll take months to get to the bottom of this. because of all the cancellations and all the unqualified people. So now watch, you have someone, how demoralizing is it for a professional salesman when at 12:30, he's got his 12:30 appointment and the guy shows up. And it's, oh, great, so tell me about yourself. Oh, I'm just going into workplace. I have 8 cents in the bank. The guy's done. The salesman that's 30 minutes out of his life. He can't get those back. It's because there's no one else to call. He's on a schedule. No way. I want to suss those. I want to load up this board with qualified people who need my product, who want my product, who can afford my product. That's what you want scheduled, not nonsense and wooden leads. It's a surefire passport to dragging this on and not ever really knowing the key metrics. Number one, how many are actually real? How many are ever going to even speak to you? And of those, let's say of these 350, how many are qualified? Well, it appears right now, I'm guessing here, I'm guessing that we'll end up getting in touch with 350, and I'm guessing that maybe 30% are going to be qualified, that we can pitch them. So let's call it 100. And of those, we'll probably close a third. Like I'm just making these just estimates here. 30 people, right? That's 30, right? If we do that, I'm making 100 times my money. You understand? It's massive profits, massive. And of course, there's all these other downsells and cross-sells and then lifetime value of the customer. But the point is how, I'm guessing what the numbers are going to be. How am I ever going to find that out with a slow-moving, scheduled first call that's mostly filled with wooden leads?